what advice would there be to field guys to understand about the in-house? I think about this, Khalil, because it is fascinating to me. And that is understanding the economics or financials of what we do to a more significant degree. Most brokers and field landmen are told by the in-house guys, the geologists, engineers, we want to own leases here. We're going to drill these kind of wells, and we've got this kind of authority for you to go try to buy leases. But and I'd seen AFEs and so on and so forth, but to truly see the economics of how much these wells cost to drill, and then what kind of returns they'll make based upon the current commodity price, and to truly see the effect on those returns of a point of revenue interest in while negotiating a lease, or 2 points of revenue interest, or the difference in a 500 an acre lease play versus a 1,500 an acre lease play, and to see what that did to the economics of these wells. But it was fascinating to me. It just, because I know over my field career, there's plenty of times that I'm standing out there going, doggone, why don't my client just give me another $100 an acre and I can get this lease bought that they were wanting bought? Or another point to give the mineral owner the revenue, and they're saying, no, we can't do that. And I would struggle a little bit with understanding that. But when I think this point through, I mean, there's a kind of a natural barrier to the field guy getting exposed to the economic side of it, because that's real proprietary information. It's not the kind of thing that the in-house guy can say, hey, come on in here, let me show you everything. But I would encourage field guys to try to find a way to learn and to grasp better understanding of the economics of the oil and gas industry, and how what they're doing affects and relates to those economics. And so I would offer that bit of advice. And then the other thing's titles. I'm an older landman, and I just think if a guy really wants to be a landman, contractor, even in-house, you'll never go wrong by continually striving to improve your title skills. It's really important. Of course, in brokers, it's hard to manage that. And I know Brandon and Brett, Steve, and Hayward Strike, Dudley, we all wrestle with it as brokers. And that is, you get a person that does something real good, like there's just a good lease buyer. Well, then he becomes your go-to lease buyer. And all your lease buying, you're funneling this guy, and some time goes by, and you kind of take inventory. Well, I need him to go do some title work over here, but he didn't have a lot of experience doing title work, because we've had him pigeonholed over here for 3 years buying our leases, and so I guess that's a bit of advice to brokers. If you got good quality people, try to cross-train them, try to teach them all sides of the industry, and try to resist how so often today we tend to compartmentalize it, and find somebody that does something well, and then we don't want to rock that boat,
I think you're exactly right, Jack. I think back some of the most successful projects, best clients we have, they allowed their in-house landmen to get out to the field and talk to not only be around the broker, but also be around those contract landmen. Build a relationship with them as well. You can't always do that on every project. Some of them are small and short termed, but on your longer projects and a place that you're making a commitment to, I think you're going to get more benefit out of your in-house landman spending, like I said, 3-4 days once a quarter with those field people. They really get understanding for what the market is in that particular area, or how the work has to be done in that particular area. And I think that's huge. When you talk about training, when did that start? When did we start kind of assembly lining, leasing and title and curative and right? Yeah. When did we start kind of symbolizing that? It had to be early 2000s when we really started making that segregation between title people and lease people.